welcome to episode 190 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It is Saturday, people. Saturday, the 27th of February, 2021. I hope you're all doing all right out there, enjoying your weekend. It is almost the end of February already, people. 2 months in, haven't we? And everything's looking a little bit brighter this year already, isn't it? With vaccinations coming out and shit like that. And hopefully the old 40-year-olds will soon be up there. I look like I'm melting into the background on the video at the minute as I'm looking into it. Obviously, if you're listening to this via audio media, just through your ears, you're not going to see this, but I am wearing an orange 1988 retro fucking Holland shirt. The best Dutch shirt that's ever been made, by the way, when the likes of Van Basten and Rijkaard and Ruud Gullit and Ronald Koeman played and won the Euros in 1988. But with the background that I've got as well, which is also sort of like an orangey brick thing, I look as though I'm sort of like just fading into the background. I fucking love a retro football shirt, by the way. The best shirt I ever owned was the Germany 1990, and I've got a reproduction of that. But I actually owned an original one in 1990. When England played Germany, was it quarterfinals or semi-finals? I can't remember. I think it was the semis? England, Germany, 1990. I think it was the semis, was it? No, it was the fucking it was the quarterfinals, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, semi-finals. I stand corrected. Yeah, I thought it was the semi-finals. And I had that shirt and fucking wore it that day. And I remember going in town as a fucking 13-year-old and somebody fucking spat at me. I mean, yeah, it was ill-judged. Not even at the age of 13. I quite like this. Even at the age of 13, I still didn't want to follow the trend and saw the hypocrisy of adults spitting at a fucking 13-year-old boy who was wearing a fucking German shirt. My favourite player played for Germany, Lothar Matthäus. My favourite fucking player. I had the original German shirt from that. And I must admit, though, some of the reproductions you see on fucking... this one's actually quite good. It's quite a good repro of it. And the German shirt I've got is quite good. Although there was... on the original shirt, like about halfway down, there was like a hem that went across the front of it that isn't on the other German shirt I've got. And this one, at least the fucking Dutch badge is the way it should be, and the fucking Adidas sign is Adidas logo is where it should be as well. But you see some stuff like online and that, and it's just fucking awful. Or you see like people like JD Sports selling like old England shirts, but they can't put the brand on it, so they can't put the Umbro sign on it. So they just try and make it look a little bit like Umbro. It looks like something like your mum would make. You know, when you used to go to school and there'd be like some sort of it's World Book Day or something like that now. I only know this through the tribulations that my girlfriend goes through for getting her lad to school in some sort of like fancy dress outfit. But it looks like something your mum would make. Some of these shirts do. It's got a vague essence of what the shirt actually was, but it ain't quite right. Oh, fucking hell. I remember years ago, my mum, this is going back some years. It must have been early 80s. My mum made us, it was when E.T. came out, and my mum made us E.T. like fucking, it was like E.T. like a soft E.T. toy thing. And it wasn't one of these packs that you get these days where you knit it yourself or anything like that. It was made out of a pair of my mum's old tights to get I think my mum was going for the colour, that tight colour, you know, that tight colour, the brownie sort of like, you know, how women look now who use too much fucking fake suntan on their legs. It was that sort of colour, that brownie fucking colour, and she'd balled it together, like the body had been balled together, and then she'd tied something round its neck to make its neck look bigger, and then just there was the fucking head on top, and it had like 2 blue eyes, and I think after about a week the mouth fell off, and it was just haunting. It was essentially a pair of my mum's tights that I used to go to sleep with at night. That was before the day when my parents made a bit of money, and they're the sort of joyful things we used to have made for us, and I loved that fucking E.T. I loved it, but yes, it was yeah, I fucking remember that, man. Whatever happened to that? That is somewhere now. Those tights, you know, rotting away somewhere in a landfill. There's a fucking E.T. Made out of tights that somebody, some archaeologist in the future is going to find. This is where the height of toys in the 20th century. That's the thing, innit? All these people like dig up these things, archaeologists and shit like that. It could be just like nonsense that somebody's just like fucking made and just buried it and gone, oh, God, that's fucking horrendous toy, that is. I'll just bury that. And then 2,000 years, some fucking archaeologist finds it and has a whole, you know, connecting all the dots and everything like that to the fact that they were a more civilized culture than they actually were. Wow, we found this E.T. toy. Wow, they must have seen E.T. as a god in those days. This is clearly signs that they were visited by alien life. It's just my parents at the time couldn't afford a fucking proper stuffed toy E.T. That's probably it. Oh, right, okay, we didn't realise that. Anyway, yes, I'm melting into the background a little bit here. I still like wearing a football shirt. I haven't played football for fucking years. I think I played. I don't know. I think my last game must have been when I was about 25, 26, something like that. I remember in my last game I played, I fucked the ligaments in my knee. In the first half of the game, I went in for a low header. Somebody's knee came in and I broke my nose. I remember doing that. And then I went off because it was the rule then, as it is now. If you're bleeding or whatever, you have to go off the pitch. So I remember going off the pitch, the manager getting my head, putting it back, which is the worst thing to do, by the way, if you break your nose and it's fucking pissing blood because it all goes down the back of your throat. And then I just pinched it and like fucking it stopped bleeding, so I got to go back on. And that was the first half. And then the second half, I was well past my prime at these days. Most of these guys never had a prime. Quote there from Major League. But yeah, I was well past my prime. I think I had a prime of about like a couple of years when I was 16 to 18, I think, when I was actually enjoying playing. And yeah, I went on I went on again, and then in the second half, I sort of like turned and went to run the other way, and somebody's knee came in, or somebody's leg came in. They just clattered me, and I fucked my knee up, which is still going to this day. By the way, these things stay with you, people. Even now, if I go to the cinema, there's something about the seats in the cinema. I don't know what it is, the angle of the way they're elevated or something like that. They seem to sink down at the back. But if I'm sitting in a cinema seat for 2 hours and then get up and go to walk down those steps, I walk down like a fucking old man, because my knee just locks up completely, and I'm just like, and that is a throwback to playing football well past my prime. But after that game, I was like, oh, fuck this. I can't. You're 25, Ben. You ain't going to... I don't think you're going to make it to the World Cup. Find something else you can do. Bit of stand-up. Yeah, I love that, sweetheart. I love a bit of stand-up. It's nice and safe most of the time. Unless somebody's trying to lamp you on stage for something you said. But, hey, everybody's got different opinions. Anyway... so I haven't done a vast amount this week. It's very difficult. I know I keep saying this to you people. I know I keep saying I have not done a vast amount every week, but, we're chilling out. We're getting a bit of writing done. We're waiting for it to come back, hopefully in sort of like May, June time, something like that. End of April, May, June, maybe, stand up. So, this is what we've got. We did have one thing this week I did see. Was the Captain Tom. He dead, baby. He dead. He gone. Let Captain Tom go. He dead. Sir Captain Tom Moore. Captain Sir Tom Moore, is it? Or Sir Captain Tom Moore? He got made a sir anyway. He walked around his garden, you know the one. He raised a load of money for the NHS. He was a hero of the coronavirus times, but unfortunately, ironically enough, died of coronavirus, which, there's a certain amount of irony there, to be perfectly honest. If he'd have done a few more fucking laps, he could have fucking saved himself. No. It's... this is the guy, he's an old captain from the army. He was about 99, and he was looking for like sponsorship or whatever to do that, and then it took off. It went viral because it had like all the greatest things in there. He was an old boy. He was doing it for charity. That charity was the NHS, and then everybody fucking creamed their knickers all over him because he trotted around the garden a few times. What did you do, Ben, to raise money for the NHS? Good point. That's a very good point. So he died this week, which it seems it's a very, I don't know, everything seems to have moved on a little bit, because when the timing for that was perfect as well, by the way, because everybody was a little bit scared. Nobody really knew what coronavirus was at the time. Everybody felt like they were at risk, and they were looking for a hero. This was back in the time when we were still fucking applauding on our doorsteps for the NHS. And it always seems to go that way, that we need a hero. We need something to latch onto or grasp onto, or some sort of inspirational thing in times of trouble. When people are scared, that's basically it, isn't it? When people are scared or don't know what's happening in the future. This is why we have superstitions and things like that, isn't it? Because we want to be able to control or put a handle on something and say, if we do this, like, don't put new shoes on a table. There must be something behind that, or, like red sky in the morning and all that sort of shit. All those sayings, all those things. There's always a reason behind that. Because we're worried and we're scared about, this is why we have fairy tales and shit like that, isn't it? Because we're trying to piece together and take control of the uncontrollable, which is a little bit what Captain Tom became, like a figurehead for, like, the old Brit spirit. This is it. He was in the fucking military. The casting back to like the Blitz spirit of the Second World War, he sort of like embodied that, even though people were really sort of like being a bit pussies about it. Basically, weren't they? Everybody was shitting themselves, and they said, we'll get through this with a Blitz spirit, protect the NHS, support the NHS, and they're fucking heroes, the NHS. And then we had an old boy walking around his garden, and everybody goes, this is what we need. To take on coronavirus, we need a 99-year-old man as a figurehead for this to raise money. I wonder what happened to that money that he's actually raised for the NHS. Did that actually go into the NHS? Is this not something that, our government should be doing? You know what I mean? Shouldn't they be investing in the NHS rather than leaving it to old men walking around their gardens with a Zimmer frame, being weighed down by his medals? I imagine he didn't do that every day. All the publicity shots of him are in his medals. If he did that, he's lost a little bit of a slightly narcissistic thing to do there, marching around with a Zimmer frame, marching around your own garden with your fucking medals on. I imagine that's a publicity shot, in which case somebody has said to him, you need to wear your medals. I think if you wear your medals, go in your fucking house and get your fucking medals. Bring them out here. We'll take a fucking photo of you. Look a bit frail and stuff. Yeah? You look too strong. Look frailer. You know, that's the thing though, innit? You fucking know somebody's done that. If he's wearing medals in there, somebody has fucking done that, told him to put them fucking medals on. Apparently, tested positive for COVID-19 last week. And he had pneumonia as well, which is a bit of a shame. You know, like, he did sort of like, you know, to a lot of people out there who were less cynical than me, he did show a lot of hope during the times when it was a very strange time last year. I don't know if you remember this. It was very strange. It all seemed to happen all of a sudden, and then you know, we were all going to be fucking wiped out by it, and then, you know, there's people dying left, right, and centre, and an old boy walking around his garden seemed to be the best way to combat that. I don't know. Anyway, unfortunately, he has died, but he was 99, you know what I mean? Like, you know, my nan's coming up to that sort of age. She's 98 at the minute. So you know, it's a fair old good age, that is, isn't it? You've lived through a fucking, you can't say you've been cheated if you live to the age of 99 and you can still walk around your fucking garden, albeit with the help of a Zimmer frame, but being weighed down by your own medals. I don't think you can say that you've been cheated in life at all. You've had a fair old crack of the whip. But what a hell of a fucking finish, wasn't it? You know, he's probably, you know, he was in the army, he did all that shit, he did some other stuff. You know, nobody would have known who he was. And then right at the end, a year to go at the end of your life, you know, what a fucking hell of a fucking 12 months he's had. Goes viral, trots round his garden for a bit, trying to raise money, wanted to raise 100 quid or something like that, raise millions in for the NHS, which they will possibly squander. Which they do. Take it from me, the fucking NHS waste money left, right, and fucking centre. They seem to want to pay anything for anything. Raised money for the NHS and became a sir, and then fucking pops his clogs. I mean, what a fucking year he's had. He has smashed it in the final fucking year of his life, and that is a testament to never giving up, people out there. I'll still be fucking doing this podcast. I'll still be on stage, working out material, open mic nights, possibly in Craigley Heath, if it's still there and hasn't fucking crumbled down at the Holly Bush in Craigley Heath. When I'm 99, going anytime now. That's when I go on Britain's Got Talent, innit? That's when you go on Britain's Got Talent. When you're fucking old, you've given up, like, trying to make it. You're fucking old, and you think, right, this is it. Britain's Got Talent. Go for the fucking sympathy vote. Start warbling out some sort of fucking old war song. We'll meet again. That's a guarantee to get into the fucking final. Isn't it? If you've got grey hair, you go on with a fucking Zimmer frame, you start warbling on some sort of war fucking song. I should have gone in the army. I didn't prepare properly for this. I should have gone in the army, got a couple of medals, coasted through my comedy career until I hit 80, go on Britain's Got Talent, wear the fucking medals, stumble a little bit, you know, shake, stuff like that, have my hand shaking as I'm fucking telling dick jokes on stage, and I'd have smashed it through to the final. Jesus, I don't know. Anyway, he's gone, but he was an inspiration. What a hell of a fucking final year of his life he had. Fair play to him, that's what I say. Here we go, moving on to something totally different. This is an advert I saw on Facebook, the Book of Faith, as twats say, "Oh, are you on the Book of Faith?" You mean Facebook, mate? Is that what you fucking mean? Yes, I'm on. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, anyway, so, yeah, this is something horrendous. This is something that I saw an advert for. Now, this is a website called edibleanus.com. Now, I know, it's exactly what it fucking sounds like, people. It's not about... It's not about eating out people's assholes, although I imagine that is where the germ of the idea came from. When somebody possibly had their tongue up somebody else's asshole, they're not going to have their own, and has gone, I quite like the sensation of this, but like the taste is really putting me off. This is a website, as I say, Edible Anuses, where you can have your own asshole. Like, not the meat, but the fucking, you know, the cherry bit, you know, you can have it, this cast into fucking chocolate. So they take a cast of your asshole, the, you know, the bit that looks like, essentially, the photo, I don't know if you've ever had the segments of chocolate orange, that are already pre-cut and that sort of thing. It looks like those. Or when you get a chocolate orange, smack it on a table, falls open, kind of looks like two of those stuck together at a 45-degree angle. Yeah, you can have your own asshole cast into chocolate. It just looks fucking horrible. I don't know why you would want that. I don't know, you know, that whole thing about eating out people's assholes and stuff like that. I know there's people out there who do it, but I've got too much of a fucking, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, and I couldn't look. The reason I couldn't do it is you've got to be in a committed relationship to do that. And if you are in a committed relationship to do that, and you're regularly eating out your partner's asshole, at some point they're going to start losing respect for you. There's a definite power play there, isn't there? It ain't, if you're eating out your partner's asshole, that ain't a 50-50 relationship. Whether you like doing it or not, right? That is not a 50-50 sort of like relationship. You are, you know, you've gone down the pecking order a little bit there, haven't you? Like, every time your power in the relationship is diminished, every time your tongue touches their tack hole. Let's have a little bit of tea. Hang on, sorry. Yeah, so this is Edible Anus. First saw the light of day in 2006 when the London artist Magnus Irvine made a range of them in multicoloured chocolate to present in an exhibition. And from there, somebody's gone, here we go. You can get one done in solid bronze as well. I don't know why you would want that. £450 to have your anus cast in solid bronze. You can see the fucking hairlines on it and shit like that. What are you going to do with that? You're going to have cufflinks made out of it? Oh, that's a great idea. Or you could cast your own anus kit for $12.99. Just in case. I don't want to look back there. You know what I mean? I've seen the state of that it's the mess it's made of the toilet sometimes. I know this is a bit toilety episode. I've seen the mess it makes. I don't want to see what it fucking looks like. You know what I mean? Unless there's something seriously wrong down there. You know, lumps growing out of it or something like that. I don't really want to. I've never felt the urge to look at it in a mirror or anything like that, or get another angle on it. I'm just like, well, you know, my relationship with it is as long as it's clean and functioning properly, I'm okay with that. I'm not that obsessed that I've ever thought to myself, you know what? What do you want for Christmas this year, Ben? You know what? I was thinking about a new pair of jeans or a shirt, but you know what? I'd love a casting of my own anus in bronze. You want to what? Anybody who'd come to you with that, or anybody who'd give you that, not that you're, you know, like they're going to be able to, you know, give you your own. We're in a committed relationship now. Oh my God. We're at the top of the Empire State Building. It's very sleepless in Seattle. He's got down on one knee. Oh, this is it. He's going to propose. Will you have a bronze casting of my own anus and wear it around your neck? Fucking hell. I mean, for fuck's sake. But there's people out there clearly buying it. Isn't there? Contact us at Edible Anuses. If you have any questions or anything, yes, I've got a question. Why? Why would you do this? You know. What's next? You know, a bronze casting of the inside of your ear canal with wax. The inside of your fucking nose. You know, here's just swallow some bronze and shit it out. Is that the next thing? The inside of your arse canal. You can, you know, have you ever thought about having like earrings made out of the bronze casting of your own urethra? No, I haven't, but thank you for mentioning that. Talking about things that get stuck, there was a story as well, talking about body parts. We might as well commit 100% to this now, people. This is a guy who, I sound like a public safety announcer here. This is a guy who swallowed an earbud while sleeping. A man is warning people now, against using headphones whilst falling asleep after healthcare workers had to remove a wireless earbud from his esophagus. Now, this is one of the things about wireless earbuds, right? I don't have wireless earbuds. I have the fucking wired ones because, I don't know about the rest of you, but I haven't got that sensitive ears, like on the inside. My ears don't really grip like hands. You know what I mean? And I could I don't understand the attraction with wireless earbuds. Maybe it's me, the fact that I've been brought up on headphones and my initial headphones I ever had in the 80s were those foam fucking ones. And then you had those ones that went over the top but clipped in your ears, kind of like the earbuds you get now. The fucking free ones you get with your iPhone or whatever. But they clipped over the top, and that was with a sports Walkman I had, a tape playing sport. I wish I still had that sports Walkman, man. That was back in the 80s when things said they were waterproof, and they were fucking waterproof. They were fucking bomb-proof. Yes, you needed a fucking flatbed lorry to transport a fucking Walkman around. But at least things were made with quality. God, I sound old. Shut up. Stop it there, Ben. You sound too fucking old. Yeah, so this guy who swallowed one of his wireless earbuds and had to go to the local emergency room and have it x-rayed. And they said, yes, mate, you've swallowed your fucking earbud, you fucking idiot. I do sometimes go to sleep with the headphones on. This is... You know, that is a modern dilemma, that is. That is a dilemma that nobody saw coming. Not even the guy. When he's, you know, falling asleep and the next minute he's choking on his own fucking earbud. Oh, that's fucking disgusting as well, isn't it? All that fucking, because you do, no matter how clean you keep them, and I'll keep mine clean, baby. No matter how clean you keep them, they still get fucking dirt and wax and shit in there, don't they? And having that, oh God, Jesus, I don't know. It's up there with eating out somebody's anus. Never saw the attraction in either. Anyway, what are we on? 30 minutes, people. That is 30 minutes. That was episode 190 of the Ben Briggs podcast. We got a bit sidetracked there, didn't we? If you have any questions or anything like that, it is just podcast@benbriggs.co.uk. I will be back on Tuesday, people. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, motherfuckers. And I shall speak to you on Tuesday. Take care.